This will always be who I am.
Texting more come in and I see something that's important. How important it's going to be that everyone can hear me today. Hey ho! What's up, everybody? This is Sam, and this is Mayhem After Dark. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet. It's something. I just haven't decided yet. I don't know if I like Mayhem After Dark. It seems too not like sexual. It seems too like Mayhem After Dark would have to be like Mayhem After Midnight. Does that make sense? Mayhem Before Midnight. Oh, Indigo Twin and I are on the same page. We're on the same page. Mayhem Before Midnight. Evening Mayhem. Yeah, something. I don't know, but hey, how is everybody? I had an okay day. Went to work. I seamed some carpet. I ripped up a floor, put in a new floor, seamed carpet back over it. Now I got to go do the trim tomorrow. Anyways, that's so boring. No, I feel like there needed to be a part 2. I don't know why. I do want to thank Auntie Monkey Pants for the super chat. She sent a donation. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Just thank you. I wish there's something I could do for you. Also, wanted to. I got to go into my Square account. With a click like. Uno momento. How do I figure this out? New orders. Oh wow. Sorry guys, hold 1 second. I know watching me tech is probably not like the best content. Yeah, thank you so much, Auntie Monkey Pants. I'm super grateful. Thank you for both. I received both, and thank you so much. How is everybody? I see a lot of people here. John Lazon. Oh my gosh, dude, where have you been? Where have you been? Nobody has been able to tell me. I've asked a couple of times where you've been, and no one's been able to tell me. It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yes, sir. Robin Bliss is here. Karma Chameleon, good to see you. Indigo Twin, how are you? Chrissy Katz Newton, how are you? James Collins Cares. Jen Marie, Nicole Luongo, Cliffan Ferguson, Awakened by the Looking Glass. I always feel so lame when I miss somebody. Thank you for the 5x5 also. Tiff 420, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Lynn, how are you doing today? Jen Marie, Patty. So when I first put up the thumbnail, do you guys remember that hey Rosanna Dana, good to see you. Do you guys remember that? Did I say hi to Patty? Hey Patty. I'm gonna come out and say hello to everyone. Come here from Susie's, Maryland, and Knife Orders groups. Well, we appreciate you coming, Patty, and coming out of lurker mode. So much. I love knowing the people that are in lurk mode. So anyways, so I did the thumbnail this morning, and I noticed there was a comment, like, I don't know, it was early, right? I was getting ready for work, and there was a comment, and the comment was from a channel that just says Sam. It said that was the what do you call him again? I just said it. What the fuck is that? Sock account. It was a sock account, and the guy's name was Sam, or girl. I'm guessing girl. And it just said grifter. I was like, hell yeah. Sam has been there. Sam has been here before, and I thought I blocked him, or I don't know, maybe I didn't, but they're like all over my comments. Your screen still says Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah, I need to change that. I've been working. Last night was hectic, and I just been working during the day. So yeah, I need to change that. We could always do. What background can I do? I know the perfect one. This was the original. Bam. There's no times on it. No, I didn't, Lynn. I want to get rid of this right here. It's so gay. I just want a little length on the top, just like this, and then just fade the sides of it. It's getting too crazy. So I don't do a mullet. Yeah, I should do a mullet. I don't have enough hair in the back to do a mullet. I guess I could do it like a high and tight mullet. Those were a thing for a little bit. A mohawk. I could be a Mohawken. I don't know, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out a format for the night show. I don't know. I have some personal stuff going on, so I don't know if I can like dive into like a format yet for the night show. So I'm just coming on to talk. I appreciate all your guys' support for the channel, and I know it's for my family too, and so I just really appreciate it. Like, I wish I could say, like, I am going to email you anti-monkey pants very soon, just so I can like tell you how that helped and in what ways that helped. Mm-hmm. So if you guys have any comments, do CCC. If you have any questions, do QQQ. Please don't cut, grow, cut, and donate. Grow it, you totally have the hair for it. I've never done that. And my hair was like down to here when I first started. Like when I first connected with Brett, my hair was like, it was pretty long. I can't remember why I cut it, but I was over it. Like, I would wake up in the morning and I would just want to shave it. So I don't know. I would just want to shave it. I want to chop my hair for this heat. Ponytails are annoying. that was part of it, Robin. I was having to put my hair in a ponytail all the time. And some people say, yeah, they like nice man bun. I'm gonna star your comment Awaken so I can read it. I know you're giving us some input on the format. I mean, technically, I could do the call-in show right now. We could do a couple call-ins. No, I can't. I'd have to be on my laptop. I guess I could sign into that and just switch over to that. We could do like a quick call-in show. I don't know. I know I could make it happen. It's been working hard. James called Sarah. Awaken says, wait, what was that last comment? The call-ins are fun. Not much prep necessary either. Plus, your channel has been incredible, bringing together so many of us old school skews. Yeah, that's super cool. I am starting to feel kind of old school. Or is it just old? What am I feeling? I don't know. But I want to talk about stuff like, I can, I could do like a Stig social club. Have some topics. A couple of tree topics. Here we go. Here's a question. Rosanna Dana asks, and I'm going to star these as I see them. Hopefully I don't miss any. Lots of money. Just talk about your genitals like Reese. John. Rosanna Dana asks, question, how did you meet your wife? I've talked about this before. I met her. I was tattooing her husband at the time, his hand. I did a Medusa on his hand, and we had met that way. And then fast forward later, I was with my sponsor having coffee at the mall. It was like a couple of years later. We did all go out drinking one night. Kind of like went to a couple of bars, and she was there and he was there. And I actually rode with her from one bar to the next. I don't know why that happened. I feel like we both made that happen somehow. And we had a conversation. And then fast forward like 2 years later, he's in prison, and he was in a halfway house or something. And she was walking in the mall, and she seen me and my sponsor having coffee. And she said, "Hey, you're Sam, right? Do you remember me?" And I was like, "Of course I remember you." That was really it. We had a barbecue, or we had a tattoo. We set up a tattoo consultation, and then during that consultation, we talked for like 2 hours. So that was pretty cool. And then we set up another one, or we had a barbecue first, and then we set up another consultation, and nothing got done. We didn't consult. We talked about God. We talked about how God had changed my life, and she was like kind of still seeking. She's kind of seeking still. She was super spiritual. She believed in God, and we just became inseparable. We never separated after that. Like, we just were inseparable. And then that was like in April or May that happened, and I proposed to her at Christmas time that same year, and then we got married on Valentine's Day. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It's hard to talk about right now because we're going through some stuff. So, and I'm not saying like I won't talk about it. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of hard to talk about, because I had said to her, maybe inappropriately, or I had said, she says, I can't remember what she said, but I had said, I want us to be the couple we were when we first, like when we got married. And she was, basically, I haven't seen that guy in a couple of years. So, so we're trying to figure it out. And I'm totally cool talking about it. I had told her the other day, I was like, yeah, don't worry, hon, I won't talk about like stuff going. And we agreed that I could talk about it, just not, like, I don't want to get into details of arguments or anything like that. I feel like that's where we landed on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she wants me to, tell everyone how my transgression in this last little thing. I don't know. Maybe it'll come out, and maybe we'll have another show. We wanted to do a couple show at one point. and I was kind of excited to do that. And we were like talking about how we would set it up, with a couple chairs, each have a microphone, or maybe like just like laying in bed with microphones, and we would talk about like relationship stuff and God stuff. Tiff 420 says marriage is one of the hardest things to do. It's a lifetime. Yeah, it's funny you say that. Yeah, of course, Rosanna Dana. What just reminded me of something? Oh yeah, marriage is hard. I just installed a garage door opener for this guy. He was 86, and Mariana wanted to come talk to me, and so he heard. So I had to ask him for his address because I couldn't remember the address we were at, and I was like, hey, it's just my wife. She wants to come. We're going through some stuff. He's like, oh, yep, I remember those days. He's like, yep, me and my wife haven't had any arguments or anything. How long, honey? And she was like, I don't know, 37 years, not since they were like in their 40s, 50s. Like they both said they just figured it out, and they were just super cute. That the old man had a walker, but he was moving around, and the old lady, she had this beautiful garden that had like this old pump, like a water pump in it. And I told her, I was like, man, this is beautiful. She's like, I still do it all by myself, and I'm 82 years old. I was like, wow, that's so badass. I mean, it was gorgeous. This backyard was just gorgeous. It was small, but she really she had like little things peeking out, like gnomes and, like a fountain over here. And she even had this sign that says, big machinery ahead, or something. It was something like that. It was random. It was super random. But he told me, he's like, just stick it out. You'll get it. You'll get it. You won't ever have any arguments unless they're playful, I was like, wow, man, that's crazy. It's crazy that he's telling me that right now. And then that you just said that, it takes a lifetime. Yeah, it does. Anybody watch any Karen Reed today? Somebody give me a Karen Reed update. I'm usually the one giving you guys the updates. I know someone had to have watched some Karen Reed. And don't worry, guys, I am starring the comments and questions. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any. But I've started 10 of them so far. So I will get to those. Ned and Coco speech shelf. That's great. I think the old man and I need some wind therapy soon. It's been too long. I mean, like on the Harley. I wish my wife would have. I got rid of my bike like right in the beginning of our relationship. She hated it. We went to I can't remember where we went. We went to Applebee's, and she got a ride back. She didn't ride with me back. So, I get it. She's just not a motorcycle girl. She's been in some accidents where she's like she was asleep in the car and the car like flipped over, something like that. Doing it Deb's way. I used to be sensitive, and he used to say things the wrong way. When we decided communication about how we were feeling had to happen, things got a lot better. He used to say, yeah. I think we respond to each other's, and I hate labeling, like giving clinical labels when I'm not a clinician, I've studied some psychology. I've been in the field a little bit, back in 92, 93. But I hate, self-diagnosing. But it's not even diagnosing. It's just, I don't know. It's just labeling it. But I do respond. We respond to each other's trauma poorly, and that's the hardest thing. And then and I do things that I'm not thinking at the time. It's all part of addiction, and I make a decision to self-medicate stress or whatever, and nothing hard drugs, no hard drugs, no meth or heroin, the drugs that I love, back in the day when I was a full-blown addict. And then the people that I received them from, she hates. So it's common sense. Of course, I wouldn't be, allowed. I hate using the word allowed, but, I shouldn't, because out of respect for her, disrespect her by getting, a couple of, pills or something from the people that she has vehemently told me, no way, Jose, not ever, and I did. So, we're working through that. We're working through that. I get tired. I do like stimulants. So yeah, it's hard. But anyways, Canon was so wrong in her ruling today. Totally reversible error. What was the ruling? Please, someone tell me. And we will get back to that subject if you want. To my life. What was Canon? I almost want to go watch it, and we can watch it together. Fox 25 Boston and John had undercover knowledge, and I have heard he was silenced. What? Chrissy for Katz Newton? You have a connect? I want in on your connection. That's dope, Chrissy. Let's we can I'll do a collabo. I'm sure he's probably got some kind of agreement where he can't go on other people's podcasts. He works for a real news station, but here or she. But what was the ruling today? Awaken says, my things lately is recognizing who I am. People hurt people, but that can only stop when I stop it first, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. It does. Yep, it does. And our ego does not want to let us be the first to stop. We've had, her and I have had this discussion before, where it's we'll get mad about something, and we'll have to, each one of us will have to have the last word, to where and then it just escalates. Every last word just escalates, and then we're Kim says, do they need security? Yeah. That's funny. My other's keeper. Hey, my other's keeper. I am on severe delay here, flying from one end of our country to the other. Okay. Do tell. Where are you going? Doing it Deb's way. Hey, Deb, it's so good to see you. Yes, Neb, we can't control others, but we can do our best to be someone we can respect and honor the values we hold true to ourselves. And I think that's what's happening, is that in this instance, she's sticking up for her values and her what she needs for me to be respectful, and I have been very sorry, but not in the right ways yet, and so I'm working on it. I'm working on it. There she is. Hey, honey. I think we're at honey status right now. I don't know. We might might not be. When you're beefing with your significant other, and in my case that's my wife, and you're really arguing, but then you're saying goodbye, and you're like, okay, hon, love you, bye. And you're like, wait, I'm not in love with you right now, or I don't love you right now. At least, and but it comes out. Yeah, I mean, you're always in love with that person, but like we're not having a loving conversation. So saying I love you after, at the end of a beef, it just comes off bad. And I know I do it at the wrong times. I mean, I know we always want to hear from our husband or wife that they love us, but there's those times when like there still hasn't been a resolution, and it still just comes out because you're saying goodbye on the telephone, or or like, babe, okay, yeah, sure, babe, but you just, a phone call ago, we're just, dissecting, this transgression, and trying to figure out, what's right, who's right, how can we make it right. And we're just, you're just not back at that, okay, babe. But I do it all the time, and I always think that she's like, I'm not your babe again yet. Does that make sense? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's not funny, but for the show, it's, I don't know. I heard before, you can't fight with someone you don't love. You can't fight with someone you don't. Hold on. I heard before, you can't fight with someone you don't love. I think the key is finding an alternative way to communicate, perhaps to the private video journals may have. Oh, man, because I do feel I have a better understanding of what's going on with us when I'm talking here, and I don't know why. Like yesterday, I had come to a realization about like this issue that we're having right now on here, and she was kind of, she was upset with me about a few things after the thing, but nothing that any of you guys did. It was me. But I had a better understanding of it, and I verbalized it, and I feel like she was a little upset that she was hearing me have this new understanding that was a positive on here, and not like, in real life. But I do think I can process things a little bit better, especially if I'm sleeping right, and I'm getting lots of vitamin D, like I am. You can just tell by my face, I'm getting tons of vitamin D. That I don't know. And then with your guys's comments and pokes one way or the other, and then I can process that information. I have come to like more of an understanding about some stuff. So I don't know. But I know you guys all love her and respect her and want her to be happy. And so do I. Yeah, this YouTube stuff is a lesson in futility. Sometimes, right? I can't remember who famous said that. I think it was you guys are gonna kill me. I think it was what's her name? Winona Ryder. The last person you think would say anything smart was Winona Ryder. I think that. Oh no! It was Uma Thurman. Of course, she would say that. Uma Thurman's a smart chick. How smart do you guys think Uma Thurman is? Like spiritually, as an actress. Uma is very, very smart. Do you guys know who her dad is? Uma Thurman's dad, his name is Dr. Thurman. I think it's Thomas. But he teaches theology. Oh, I can't remember where. It's like maybe like something like Harvard or Yale. He actually teaches theology at one of those, crazy schools, and he's really and he's a Buddhist, and that's how I came onto him when I was a Buddhist, when I was practicing Buddhism. Um, and then I still use the jewels of Buddhism. There's the three jewels of Buddhism, and I still use those. And Buddha even said, he said, take the jewels that I teach you and go out and use them in whatever religion you become a part of. Siddhartha Gautama said that. And he always, Buddha always said, Siddhartha always said, don't worship me. I'm not a god. I'm just a teacher. And he did that. Siddhartha's is a beast, man. Here, let's hear Cliff Ann's. Hey, surviving together. Let's hear Cliff Ann's dropped knowledge here. We all screw up. Life is short to hold things against each other. I've been married 42 years. I have lived with an addict and with an addict, alcoholic, drugs, and women. I stuck with him because I love him, and he changed. Yeah. I'm only crying because I'm an emotional wreck right now, right? But I'm good. I'm good. But good for you, Cliff Ann. Good for you. Fuck, what a pussy. I'm such a pussy. And you guys know I hate that word. I hate that word so much. It's so aggressive. But I needed to say it. I'm not a pussy, but I am super emotional. I know. I appreciate you guys. Thanks. I'm not trying to who's gonna keep coming to a sad sex show? Like as soon as I start crying, I lost 5 viewers. I mean, that's not bad. Oh shit, he's crying again. I haven't quite cried in a while. Anyway. Yeah, that's awesome. I want to talk about that a little bit. So it was kind of like that sermon I was talking about from Sunday. The you can do all these good things and then do a bad thing, and, or 2 bad things, or 3 bad things, or 4 bad things. But you've done thousands of good things, and then it can all end because of those 3 or 4 bad things. Or you can think differently about that person. You can love them less, but I don't think it's about so much the act of what I did. I'm using me as an example right now. It's not so much as the act of what someone does. I think it's the disrespect to the other person. It's not really the act, but it's the disrespect the person feels from the act. So yeah, I don't know. I know, Lynn. I'm not. I am. I'm not. I am human. Blue Bayou. What are you saying, Blue? Dude, you dulled your feelings for years as an addict. You can learn to both feel them and deal with them. Give yourself some patience. Thank you. I try to. And not even just as an addict, but just being in prison, you just don't cry in there. You can't. A couple of my really, really close friends had seen me cry in prison. I let them see me cry about something, and never in a fight. If you fight and get beat up or beat someone up, or even if you get poked or something, none of that stuff makes you cry. It just fills you with adrenaline, yeah, yeah, none of that stuff makes you cry. Pain don't hurt. Pain doesn't hurt. Okay, guys, what movie did I steal that from? Pain Don't Hurt. Ready, set, go. Pain Don't Hurt. Don't Google it. I'll know if you Googled it. I'll know if you Googled it. It's a big quote from a big movie. Well, I don't know if the movie was big. Pain Don't Hurt. When I first seen it, I was like, I looked at my brother. Yeah, that's right, Blue Bayou. Roadhouse. It's so funny when that I remember watching that, and I looked at my brother. I was like, did that fool just say pain don't hurt? Like, what the fuck does that mean? But I get it. I get it. I understand it now as like a, like an old man, because I am almost 60. But yeah, it's a great thing. But yeah, man, I'm killing it tonight. I've like, what, two movie quotes or quotes from people that are more famous than us. That's right, Ned and Coco Speed Shop. Roadhouse it is. Okay, bye, Mac. I'll see you later. Her and I are doing a show tomorrow. Is tomorrow Wednesday? Yes, we're doing a show on the hockey player trial. You guys are gonna trip out. The 5 guys that are accused of SA up in Canada. This trial, it's in London, Ontario. This trial is going to blow you away. Like the things that have happened, the ins, the outs, the players, the victims. It's nuts to even try to wrap your head around it. It really is. It's super nuts. It's super nuts, but it promises to be a good show. Are you serious, Chrissy? 3 robin's eggs and 5 finch eggs? Like the little finch? Like they're flying around wild where you live? Nurse Ratchet. Hell yeah. We don't want to know about your periods. Nurse Diesel. That's so funny. God, that's a great movie too. I sadly can relate in some ways. I'm Mariana Yarbrough. My mom left us unexpectedly before gratitude. I wonder if Mariana and I should do a show and talk about what we're going through right now. I don't know. That might be a lot. But I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. Comment, Grateful. Hey, Grateful. We like to do little things for each other, like make hectic times seem less hectic, less stressful. We support each other's interests and respect each other's opinions, give each other some grace. Yeah. I think I wanted to be an LCSW. Hey Jeannie, I'm an LCSW. I see so many people going through hard things but have a flat affect and show no emotion. I'd rather see someone who's vulnerable enough to show emotion than someone who disassociates. Yeah, absolutely. I think you can tell when I'm doing those shows where I have like really loose associations when I'm talking. I don't know if you've been around for any of those shows. I'm slightly disassociated. My associations get real loose, and and I'm looking at myself on the screen, and I know when my affect is flat or bright, and I tell myself, brighten up, right? Because I'm like this, right? That's not even flat because I couldn't stop smiling. I'm like this. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what I mean. But I don't ever have a flat affect because I'm an expressionist. Like if you guys notice, like I have an expression for almost everything. Like my face just contorts into like things, like stuff, feelings. It's almost like wearing your heart on your sleeve, but I wear it on my face. But I don't wear my heart on my sleeve so you don't see it in my face. I can show you the exact opposite of how I'm feeling inside with my face. I can present happiness when I'm sad. So it's not like I can't, my wife and I, we know this person. Her name is Alicia, and she ended up hating me. She had me. It's because I was so close to her husband, and she didn't have that relationship with him. It really is. That is most of it, and she if she could pretend, she couldn't pretend to be okay with me. Now there were times where she was okay with me and she was happy, and like we would all like drink beer, or not even drink beer all the time, like hardly ever, but just hang out together, and she'd be cool, buy me Christmas gift or whatever, and I buy her Christmas gift. But the times where she was like didn't like me, she couldn't hide it, even though she like wanted to, but she just couldn't. And I'd be like, what's up, what's wrong, what's up, what's wrong now, what do I do now? And yeah, I have a disco light behind me. I'm just reading the Chatty Ruski. Okay, I am going to do a couple of the starred comments real quick. Okay, the columns are fun comment. If you want to make lots of money, just talk about genitals like Reese. Will do. My genitals need shaved. I don't know how much money that's going to bring me. Indigo Tomb. Wait, if you had guessed on impromptu no prep, might be fun. Yeah, I want to have guests on that none of us know, right? Not just doing shows with the other creators. I would love to do like just have random people like Theo Vaughn does, or I mean Joe Rogan has some famous people that we all know, but like the girl who is at my doctor's office, who was born of incest and was trafficked by her mom. She's out of town working right now, but as soon as she's back, she's going to be probably my first interview. And I told her that like around Christmas time, I wanted to do that she would be my first. But lucky her, I still haven't done one, and she could be my first. And I think it would be a good launch for like that segment of the channel, because that's the nitty gritty stuff that I want to talk about, because I trust you guys is the reason why I want to do it. I trust you guys to like support her and not like talk shit about her, because once she told me all that, she became so like a beautiful spirit soul to me. She told me all that during a tattoo, and I was just like, wow, I just wanted to give her a hug, and like she's just been through so much. And you can tell like her features have incest. She has incest features. But anyways, she was with a really like terrible alcoholic, and now she's with like this really nice guy. And they don't match. Kind of like me and my wife. We're like Beauty and the Beast. They don't match. Like he's kind of like a studly guy, and she's not, gorgeous in the traditional sense, but she is gorgeous in the spiritual sense. God, I don't know if that's mean to say or not. I don't know. Jason Alex, talk about lowrider culture for an hour. I'm probably the only one who loves it though. LOL. So we can just talk about them next time you're on Zoe's stream with me. Yeah, I really want to get with Zoe and talk about Madeline Soto. When all this dies down, we will figure that out. We will. Christopher Newton says I connected to my husband after he lost his best friend to unaliving. He moved next door, and we grieved together and have been happily married 20 years ago, April 30th. Wow. That's an awesome story. Yeah, that's an awesome story. I know how losing a best friend to suicide, trigger warning, can be. And I've talked about Christina, my friend who's killed herself many times, and I'm not gonna go into it right now, but I could see myself being that vulnerable, finding love at that time, or finding a friend, and letting my heart heal with that love from them, and then it becomes love. I totally could see that. I just happened to be happily married at the time, and Mariana was super supportive. Although there was one instance where she was supportive, but there's one instance where I was crying so much. Like I would every morning in the shower for like 2 weeks, I would cry in the shower. And I would she would mention something, funny about it, and I would cry. And she asked me, she's like, "Are you sure you guys didn't sleep together?" She did. It's like, no, we didn't. It just never happened. It never happened. We kissed one time a long time ago, and like right around the time we first met, and it felt so goofy. It was like the goofiest feeling. I'd never felt that from a kiss before. It just felt super goofy. Yep. And we both knew right then, this is dumb. And we were tipsy. We were super tipsy. And we did it, and there was nothing there. But man, she was the shit, man. Mariana will tell you she was like no other. All right, let's get through these comments. Christopher Katsun's the Karen retrial was the balls today. Okay, I'm watching it, and I get to watch it and like fast forward, which is cool. Jackie is your good evening, Jackie. Good to see you. People, places, and things brought you together from God, present always. That's right. I hope she's seen that. I hope my wife is still here and she sees this, and she knows this, and I know this. And it seems like once we like truly like declared our relationship from God, like out loud declared it, we've been attacked spiritually since. And we don't do the things to combat that, like pray together enough. We have fits and stops where we try to, and it's bizarre. Apart, we pray, I think, probably kind of constantly. And I go through fits where I'm like on my knees in prayer in my office. I shut the door and I pray early in the morning. But I need to get back into the groove thing. Sam, it's never rainbows and lollipops. If it is a good relationship, there are struggles. The trick is to hold on. Think as partnership more, individuals less. You two are strong. Don't forget that. Thank you so much, Misha. Thank you. No. I'm bummed out to find out that it's not lollipops, because I love lollipops. Okay, what movie is this from? Do you want a lollipop? And he said it just like that. Because you guys know I'm pretty good at impersonations. But he said it just like that. Do you want a lollipop? It's and I'll give you a hint. Christopher Walken didn't say that. But Christopher Walken's in the movie. And oh my God, he's one of my favorite character actors. And I always know his name. But anyways, he's in it. Okay. Well, which one am I at? Yeah, me and my wife did it. Dirt track. Yeah, see, this is cool. We can all share like how we met our significant other. I met my wife at a dirt track. She asked, "You do this?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'll never forget her saying, 'I'll pray for you.'" Oh, what? Wow. I bet you never heard anyone say that to you at the dirt track. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, Ned and Coco Speech Shop, where are you from? So I used to go to this dirt track called Ascot. Ascot is in Gardena, California, and it's like minutes from where I live. And my friend Steve, who's AV Stevie in the chat sometimes, we used to go to Ascot, and then there's like these restaurants called Noggles, and we would all meet up there for the drag races, outside, after like the dirt track races. But I love, 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 love sprint cars. Sprint cars are my favorite. I could go watch sprint cars for hours and hours and days and days. CC Corinne, Reed is a lowlife and should go to jail forever. Karen Reed. Oh, comment. Karen Reed is a lowlife. Should go to jail. Do you mean that, James? He has to be fucking with me. He has to be fucking with me. Maybe you are an audio processor. I have to do the same. Speak it out loud to work out my feelings. I often do so in the shower, but video journaling does the same thing. I've never even heard of video journaling. Never have heard of it. My therapist used to try to get me to journal all the time. And once I finally said, she was like, "Did you journal this week?" Nope, I didn't. I just didn't. Dude, you told your feelings for years. Oh, yeah, I read that one already. Okay, back to the live. What is going on in here? Probably just a bunch of people saying really bad things about me. I'm just kidding. I know no one's saying bad things about me. I mean, unless like Reese is in the chat or something. Nope, not Cape Fear. Not Cape Fear. You want a lollipop? It was I just can't remember his name, but if I showed you guys a picture of him, you guys would Tracy Walters. Tracy Walters is the actor. Super fan of Tracy Walters. It's in the movie where Madonna met Sean Penn and they got married. She's not in the movie, but she did the soundtrack. At Close Range. I've talked about it before, and I challenged everyone to go watch it. And I think like 3 people did watch it, and they all like emailed me and were like, that was a killer recommendation. At Close Range, if you haven't seen it, go see it at a theater near you. I figured it out. Yeah. I'm going to, Tiff. I'm going to. Sammy, so sorry late, brother. Ironically, I just got off the phone with my ex. Yeah, that is ironic, grace and peace. That is ironic. What kind of dog is that? It looks gorgeous. Is it a collie? It has a collie schnauzer. I don't trust you that you kind of sketchy looking. I just, because I scanned the text pretty fast and I just seen James Collins. All I saw was Mariana, I don't trust you. And I'm like, what? And then I had to go back and make sure it was James Collins. And then I seen the laughing faces. Geez, you guys are killing me. KP and AZ, how's it going? Good to see you. Never been in therapy, but Lord knows I could probably use it. Since working from home the last 5 years, I'm becoming more of a recluse, and that's not me. I used to be so outgoing. Isn't it? It's so weird how easy it is. In my 20s and 30s, early 30s, I would have been like, you think of a recluse, they say like J.D. Salinger was a recluse, all these like, quirky, eccentric, authors and artists, they're all like these recluses. And I kind of get that. There is a recluse living inside me. 1,000,000% there's a recluse living inside me. That the older I get, the more he becomes. And then I go out, like, now that I have this job, now that I'm like out and about, I just feel good to be out. This is good. This is awesome. I have no panic feelings. I have no anxiety. No, that because I had that agoraphobia that I talked about before with Misha. Just that I'm kind of scared to go outside, like in a weird, effed up way. Not scared, I will. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't. Right? That's all kind of leaving right now. But there is like a recluse that lives inside me, and I'm gonna name him. I need to name him so I can be like, oh, Tim's here. I can't name him Tim because that's my boss right now. Bill? Phil? She say Phil? I think. Oh, Phil. Yeah. Phil, so funny, dude. Stop. Yes, stop right now. Oh man. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but I mean we know a Phil that he's not a recluse or anything, but I see that I could see the guy who I become when I become that agoraphobic, panicky like weirdo. Because I'm weird about it. I don't mean like to be like condescending of people that have agoraphobia, but like I become like this like weirdo who doesn't want to go outside. I want to just sit here and watch stuff, Google stuff, and I just don't know how it all happened, but it did. There's a guy named Phil that lives inside me, and you just never know. You just never know. Awakens is called Ned. That's so funny. Is that a true story, Misha? Like, I mean, I don't think you ever lie. I just mean like, are you just now calling her Ned? Oh wait, no, people do call you Ned sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, and I never get around to asking you about that. It's crazy. Except he was the greater. And now I don't know what my wife is talking about. Except he was the greeter. Oh, the greeter. Oh yeah, Phil from our church. Yeah. Oh, Phil. You guys want to hear some Phil stories? Let me tell a Phil story. So, Phil. So, I used to go to Bible study with Phil. This is before I met my wife. My wife met him after we started going to church together. But before, Phil would like try to hook me up with Phil and his wife would try to like hook me up with their like really prim and proper daughter. And it just wasn't a connect, She was just really crazy. But her husband had gotten killed in his driveway by a neighbor, came out and shot him with a gun. But anyway, I used to go to these dinners and Bible studies with Phil, and they watch a lot of prophets, online prophets, and like these underground Christian channels that are really what's the word I'm looking for? Not eccentric. What do they call those Christians that are? Oh man. What's the word? There's a word. Damn it. Anyways, they watch those, and so they would just be like, we'd be at a Bible study, and Phil would be like, hey, he'd have his hand up. Super Trump fan. Every week he'd be like, Trump should be back in office any day, because he was part of thought the election was stolen. Yep, Trump will be be in office any day. He's almost there. He's got all doing this and doing that. But anyways, oh man, I would love to talk to Phil right now that Trump's back in office. He would be amazing to talk to, because he's gonna just light up and be so happy. But anyways, he would always say, I think how long it's taken me to get to this story. He would always not spiritually arrogant, awakened. They're like over the top. There's a name for it. What the hell? What the hell's the name? Damn it. I've read a bunch of books that of Christians that are this thing. It's not dramatic. Thanks, Nicole. I could think of the word, not Bible thumper. Fuck, dude. Well, huh? Doomsday. Not Doomsday. No, Phil is Doomsday. Are you trying to think of Phil? No, but like, yeah, kind of. But they're there's a name for it. I can't remember. I just can't remember. Fundamentalist. Yes. No, is that it? Fundamentalist? No, it's not fundamentalist. I'm sorry, Patty. Oh, I thought you got it. It's not extremist, but it is like extremist. It's not fundamentalist, or is it? It's the ones that generally like will speak in tongues, and they're, oh gosh. Well, anyway, let me get to the story, and I will think of it. Not prophetic, not Puritan. It's a fanatic. Hey, Majesty. It's not evangelical, but it's more than evangelical. We have to think of this. Not radical. Nut bars. You got it. Zealous, Pentecostal. Pentecostals do go over the top. Look at all the lurkers coming out and helping me right now. That's awesome. Charismatic. Yes. Thank you so much. Who came up with that? Let me see. Rad Tigers. Thank you. Charismatic. It's like it's a charismatic. There's a, like, you can be charismatic and be you can be Catholic, but generally not Catholic. But anyway, they are super charismatic. I know. Thank God, right? I mean, how long was I going to let that go for? Like, I was just going to be like, oh, I'll think of it later. But then I couldn't. And then when you guys started giving me answers, then it was like, nah, then I was obsessed with it. So anyway, we would be at these Bible studies. I've said that like 4 times, right? So we'd be at these Bible studies, right? And he'd be like, yeah, Phil, I'm pretending to be the facilitator. Yeah, Phil, what's going on? And he'd be like, well, I got some good news. I'd be like, okay, Phil, preach on, brother. He's like, I know we're not supposed to predict when Jesus is coming back. I know, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to, but September 29th is looking pretty good. I swear to God. Like, I'm not predicting it myself, but I feel like September 29th is looking pretty good. So crazy. And hey, have you met my daughter? She was even oh man, it was just nuts, man. Yeah, they were radicals. They were radicals. Yeah. Yeah. Here's my wife. Yeah. So funny. Oh man. But you know how they would like get me to come over? This is a totally side thing. Give me, I don't know if I've ever told my wife this. I might have. It's nothing like bad or anything. They would get me to come over because I really knew how to use a Cricut. I swear to God. They'd be like, hey, we have like we have like this graduation party that we're gonna do for like our niece. Could you come over and like give us a hand with the we just know the Cricut, and we just we're older, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll come over, like dial them in, like here's the Cricut studio you can cut, and or Cricut design, whatever it was, and then run it through the Cricut, and you put stuff upside down, you do things with that. Yeah, my wife did save me from a cult, actually. But just think if I was ever in the cult and then later we got married, then we could have like an anti-cult channel like everyone. But anyways, yeah, they would have me over for the Cricut, and then it would be like, yeah, we want to make this, like, we need to cut out these stickers. It's like, congratulations, Bartholomew, on and they would want me to print out like individual Cricut letters, and you have to weed them. You have to like peel the stuff out, and then you have to put like backing on that, and then peel that, and then press that. And they had me doing that, shirts. I mean, it was like a whole like family event that I was making, little stickers for little cups for each person at the dinner table. And they would ask me to, and I went twice. They tricked me twice into doing it. And like the last time they asked me, and I think I'd already started dating Mariana, so I was lightweight against. And my friend Jason used to always teach me. He's like, "Well, looks like you're going to be marrying Phil's daughter." I was like, "No, I'm not. I heard you over there making Cricut stuff for 9 hours." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, they tricked me. But yeah, I was nuts, man. Yeah, my wife saved me from a cult. Anyways, I know we're not supposed to predict the second coming of Christ, but July 3rd is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, July 3rd. I'm not saying it's for sure, but yeah, totally. But guys, listen. Nicest guy in the world, man. Nicest guy in the world. And check this out. Check. This is why I love them. Him and his wife and their daughter, but she was probably like 2 or 3. They went down to this island in the middle of nowhere. I can't remember it, where they spoke like a jungle language, and they went down there, learned the language from them. Like, what's the best way to learn another language? It's called immersion schools. Like they basically immerse themselves into this, like, it was a language like, and I hope this doesn't come off racist, but it was a language like Unga Bunga, right? It was like a really hard, like, tribal language that not many people know. Well, anyways, they went down there, moved to this island as missionaries with their like 2 or 3-year-old daughter, and stayed there for years, learned the language, and translated the Bible into that language, word for word. So the people of that island could know about Christ. It's pretty heavy. I don't know why I'm crying right now. It's pretty heavy, right? So, yeah, Phil might be a Trump deranged, crazy guy, and might try to hook me up with his like fanatic, charismatic daughter, and but man, just the sweetest guy, and he I think I felt bad that I was like teasing him now. I don't know why. It's just making me emotional. No, it's not. It's not about like teasing him. That's not why I feel bad. I think it's just like, how amazing is it to do that? To like go to another country and do that. And it wasn't a country. It was like this island. When he said it, he's like, "Oh no, it's not really on maps or anything, but I'll show it to you." And it was just like this little island with its own people that had no government. I don't know, man. It's just amazing, man. It's just amazing. And I've talked about that many times. For some reason, it's making me emotional right now. So anyway, damn. James Collins Cares cooked. I just cooked some red lentils and chicken stock I made today. Not gonna lie, it's really good. Dude, I bet you that's bomb. You know what I did today for dinner? So I went and picked up Paisley, right? And she's like, "Dad, I'm hungry." I was like, "We're gonna go get pizza." Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay. This podcast might be helping my marriage somehow. She brought me treats. So anyway, I picked up Paisley and she was like, "Dad, I'm hungry," but I had to go back to the job site. So we went back to the job site, and and she met the little old couple, and she was like her shy self. And it was like, "Dad, I'm hungry." I was like, "Let's go get a big greasy pizza with, I'm talking, extra cheese towards this gooey, and and drink some Cokes." And she likes root beer, and just dive into this pizza, right? I thought Mariana was doing her mom's hair, so that's why I took. She was supposed to be doing her mom's hair, so I took her. Anyways, as we're driving, she just sees like this restaurant that has some lettering. She's like, "Hokkaido!" The name of the restaurant is called Hokkaido, and it's like one of her favorite places to eat. She's like, "Dad, is that the place with the melted cooked ice cream and the noodles and the bobas?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I want to eat there. I want to eat there." So we went there, and we had a sushi date. They have sushi too, and so we had a daddy-daughter sushi date. I want to show you guys a picture. You can't really see and they have like this really good. They have like this really good shrimp too. But look at those. I wish that was more clear. Can you see those shrimp down there? But those bowls of ramen are just huge. So yeah, we had a sushi date. I wish you guys could see it better. I thought I had autofocus on. Anyways, it was awesome. We had an awesome time. Grace says, Sammy, love is coming for us all. Perfect love, no judgment, no struggle, no politics. Perfect love of He who created us as He designed us in our mother's womb. Yep. I'm going to screenshot that. I do that sometimes and I don't tell you guys. Like I screenshot things. It's for the screenshot. Hold on. So if you guys ever see me, like we're doing the podcast and I just kind of like stop for a second and go, like I'm listening, but I'm not. I'm probably doing a screenshot. So, anyways, I don't know. It's been nice to be here tonight, guys. We can go a little longer. I'm enjoying this. But yeah, that's well said. Well said. Now I'm gonna have to go backwards because I missed so much. Comment: have you seen Pump Up the Volume from 1990? Christian Slater is my favorite. Yes, that is a great movie. I want to say one of his best movies. You know, we all loved Christian Slater back in the day, right? We all loved Christian Slater back in the day. But he's not a killer actor. You know, he's no like Christopher Walken or something. But I love the guy. You know, I love the guy. And Pump Up the Volume was great. Awesome movie. I want to say it's one of his best movies, right? But Heathers, man. Heathers, I mean, it's in my intro. It's in my one intro. I'm gonna play it. Is Sherry LeBron here? I wonder if Sherry. Yeah, I seen Sherry. Her and I both love this movie. For sure, at least the saying. I just need to find it. Where is my old intro? Well, it's not old, but listen to the beginning of this.
Greetings and salutations.
So yeah, like greetings and salutations. That's how much I love Christian Slater. You know, he's part of my intro. Oh my God, is this caramel? Oh my God. Little caramel filled wafers. Yeah, Pump Up the is a great movie. I'm gonna say it's his best movie because he does more. He's kind of like he's the lead in Heathers, but all the girls like overshadow him at that time, and he wasn't like super famous yet. Have you seen Mobsters with Christian Slater? Mobsters was phenomenal. Hey, Ben. Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors. It's the only way to live in cars. Boom, bam, boom, 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 bam, boom. Do 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 do. I bet you Ben Bacon Bits gets this answer before anyone else in the thing. Who plays keyboard in that song? No, James, don't go to bed. Did I ignore James and he went away? Good night, brother. I will talk to you tomorrow. Oh, shut up, dude. Shut up. He's stupid. All right. Right. There's a lot of stuff coming in all of a sudden. Question. What does defending your spouse look like to you? Hold on. Gregory A. Hawks. Oh, then we must be thinking of two different songs. Maybe I missed the lyric. I'm thinking of Gary Newman. And honey, I'll get back to that question. I'm not avoiding, I promise. No, I'm thinking of a different song, Ben. My bad. I identified that lyric. You know that song in cars. Dun, 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 dun. Unless I'm wrong that Gary Newman doesn't do that song. Christopher Katz, when you are ready to have a convo about your best friend, I want to join. I know it won't be till middle of summer, but I have so much to add and be compassionate about. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. Now back to my wife, because this is part of the issue that I'm avoiding. Defending her. I don't really want to get into this, but I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it. Wow, you guys are in for some, I guess, heavy. Heavy. Defending my spouse, if she's in danger, of course I would defend her. If someone disrespects her unprovoked, I would defend her. But if that became, even provoked, I would defend her. So I'm saying that because I know right now Mariana's saying bullshit. No, you would, or you would. But this specific situation feels super complicated for me, and it's not. I hate what these people said to you. But you know this, and but I hate what you said to them too. But I know you said that to them because you hate what they did to you. I know, and maybe I'm just understanding this better, just like right now, like as I'm talking, because now I'm playing it backwards like this. So because in my eyes, like it was me you should have lashed out at, not them. But then you've told me this, but they had a conversation with you saying how they would support you and not giving me, I guess we're just gonna have to say it, because like him hauling around, like, so I got a couple Adderall from somebody that my wife hates, because they've given me Adderall before, and I would say that Adderall led to a relapse of like a hard drug. I think, I don't know, but there was an issue. There was some psychosis involved, for a good reason. I don't want to get into all that. I've talked a little bit about that before, the psychosis stuff. But anyways, as I'm playing, like one of my fears is playing the tape forward. Like how, like, so then they retaliate back with a text, and then does it just keep going? I don't know. I just want it to end. Like, I don't ever want to see or talk to them again. I feel used by them. Even though, like, I use them too, to get the Adderall. It's just a heavy thing. In my head, it's super heavy. And and you know this about me. I don't ever battle on Facebook, like in Facebook things. I don't get involved in like the texting battles. Sometimes they can be fun. Like, I might have participated in one that was kind of fun, but I feel like it's going to escalate, you know, and then I'm going to have to like watch my back. I mean, they're girls, but they know a lot of sleazy people. And I don't know. I don't know if they would put somebody up to doing something. And this isn't me copping out or making excuses. But this is what I see playing the tape forward. And if you're not in any immediate harm, so I want it just to go away. And not what I did. I don't want what I did to go away. Like, I don't, like, we need to work on that, right? Like, you know, I need to work on that. I don't want that to go away, but I want that part of it just to disappear. And we tried that once. We did that once. And in a moment of stress, I reached out to them to get more Adderall. And it's been months. I don't know how many months. I would say 6. I don't know. I don't know. It was before Christmas, and their house burned down. And I, thank God, I don't know where they live. So I don't know. I don't know. That's that part. I don't even know if I answered the question of. I'm just talking about this situation. But it's hard for me. I sat in my truck the other night and bawled, and I'm not saying like. Mariana has been super emotional. It's eating her up, and I don't know how to make it better. She tells me how, like by responding back to their bullshit. But I just don't want it to go any farther. I'm like done, and I'm not saying Mariana is wrong or that you're wrong, honey. That wanting me to do that is wrong. But I just, like, I was so down to do it yesterday, and then we got sidetracked with another issue, and I don't know. It's gonna have to happen, I guess. You know. Anyways, is this confusing for everybody? Like, am I making any sense? KPNAZ for sure. It was sweet to see him. Or did I just like how many viewers we got? Oh no, we're sticking around. 60. I know when I'm not making sense, like I go from like 70. Oh, it was Gary Newman? Ha! Boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, 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 bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam. So anyway, I appreciate you guys like hanging out tonight. It's been kind of a cool show. I think it's opened a gate for my wife and I to have a discussion tonight without yelling and being in the pain, right? Like yesterday we got into it, and I was like, I'm out of here, and I took the keys, but I wasn't going anywhere. But I went out once, and it was really cold. I was like, I'm going for a walk, and I went out to go for a walk, and it was freezing. So I came back in to get my keys just to go be mad in the truck. But my heart was beating so fast, and my language got aggressive. Like it got loud, and whenever I do get loud, it feels really aggressive. I've never hit her. I've never hit a girl. The only girl I ever hit was in the 8th. She was in the 5th grade. Her sister was in the 8th grade and came and beat me up the next day. I just went boom. I punched her in the tummy, and then my dad beat my ass. Never touched a girl since. But when I get like to my wit's end, my language comes out aggressive, and I think it has scared her sometimes, and it scared me. So anyway, like that just kind of happened, and then so I went outside to go for a walk just to calm down, and we talk about this with our therapist. We see her on Thursday, It was cold anyway. I got back and got my keys. She's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm anywhere but here," whatever I said. But I just sat there and I couldn't breathe. My heart was beating so fast I couldn't breathe, and then I just like ugly cried, and like out loud, like ah! And like my neighbor was putting his kids in the car, and I know he heard me. It was just crazy. Okay. What are you gonna do? What are you doing there? Okay. I don't know. But you know what's crazy? Like she just came and said, "Hey, I'm going to my friends real quick." I'm like, "Okay." We haven't talked to each other like that in over a week. We pretended to on Sunday at my friends. We like hung out. We just kind of like set it aside so we could breathe a little bit. But then that night we got into it, and then we just been getting into it every day about the situation. And I don't know. I think maybe this is like created those are her headlights behind me. Leaving. That get your lights out of my face. That maybe like just tonight, because she's been talking in the chat, and I've been talking and processing stuff here. I think this might have. What's that Boston song, Ben? What song am I looking for? You know it. Cool the Engines, off their third album. I always just go to Ben for my music, but he really dropped the ball on the Gary Newman. He had me thinking I was wrong. Ah! I don't know, man. It's just hectic. And when my voice does rise, my heart doesn't generally beat. It's just like I'm just trying to be heard. Like I need to be heard, type thing. It's always just that when the conversation is, we've been conversing for a while, and then it's not going anywhere, and I'm hearing the same thing, and what I'm hearing is, "You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit." That's not what she's saying. That's what I'm hearing. And like, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. I mean, my hair doesn't go like that. But and I pray, and it calms me down, and I don't know. It's just been gnarly, guys. It's been gnarly. But hopefully we can get through it. Not hopefully, we will get through it. Yeah. Yeah, weird, right? It is helping us, I think. Well, I'll know for sure tonight, and I'll come back and update you guys tomorrow. Hopefully this is helping you both get comfortable with the situation, work on yourselves to be the best version of yourselves, make healthy choices for the family. Yeah, Cool the Engines, man. What a great song. It's not our business, Sammy. It's our heart to pray and love and uplift you both. God brought you two together. We are here to support, love, and pray as God loves us and brought us here. Thank you, grace and peace. Yeah, I know it's not your guys' business. And I know you said that lovingly, not like in a, it's not our business. I know you didn't say it like that. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get into those details, but she asked me the question, and so I felt like that was a green light to be like, okay. But I bet you she has a little bit of better understanding. I feel like I've said that before, but not succinctly. And not that like she's gonna be like, okay, yeah, cool, we're good, love you, let's move forward. That's not gonna happen. We're still gonna have to see our therapist on Thursday. There's still gonna be lots of processing, right? And I think we'll be okay. But there's been times in this past week we've both said we're done. And those are scary. When she says it to me, I'm like, oh, I got to find a place to live. Like I like instantly, like I'm in like, okay, where am I going to move my things? Where am I going to, and then I know when I say it, she's like, you know, it's always like, you've been wanting this forever. No, I wouldn't be here. But we have stuff that we need to figure out, you know. I don't know, guys. I'm just looking at the chat. Love is here. Grace and peace. Thank you. Got you, Mama Bear. My first year of marriage was easy. It became easy again at year 7. I thought you said year 72. I came easy again at year 27 when the kids were raised. Don't give up. We're not going to give up. Christopher says, listen to Augustana, Boston. Take a breath. We are human and come from different places. I am glad you see your belows. Belows both are strong and just listen. Yeah, belows you. I see your belows you. Yeah, yeah. What did Deb say? Deb is definitely my sister in Christ. Definitely Deb. I honestly have to talk more in chat sometimes than I do the closest to me. It's nice to get opinions. Yeah, it is. But then I'm thinking, you know, because I think like all the time. And no, this was good. I would, if this gets, if like us, like kind of communicating and processing this, like here live, like I would give up my channel, this whole channel, like just say, like, oh yeah, like this format sucks for us. See you later, alligator. But like, I would be okay with that. I would just like deleting my channel if it got us just through this. I feel like it's that severe. It's been that hectic, that emotional. And so yeah, I would like, but this isn't the format I want for the show. It's not the idea. I mean, the idea is to be authentic and real, but to share that much personal stuff with you guys, it is a lot. Like, you know, it's a lot. But I guess I mean, from the get-go, I've been sharing pretty personal stuff. You know, my daughter pops in every once in a while. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? That looks so gross right now. Anyways, guys. Oh, my daughter must be asleep. She went to the zoo today. You know what she's seen? She's seen a red panda, and she is so excited. She's been so excited. The red panda is her shit, man. Yeah, God is definitely at the center with us, 1000%. But, and I hate saying but God doesn't bless. Well, God blesses who He wants to bless, whether they deserve it or not deserve it, or need it or not need it. It's His timing, His plan. But I do feel like when I talk to my friends that are, you know, like their life is just like on fire, and they're on fire for the Lord, and I always tell them, see, man, like it's your consistent faith, and like with no effort of your own, good things will come and happen. It's because you're draping yourself, you're abiding in God and praying and doing all those things. And I'm not talking about prosperity. That's not it. I could be blessings for anything, like just like no conflict, you know. That would be the biggest blessing I could have right now, would be no conflict. I hate this lighting right now. Would be no conflict. But my bulb is going out in the, and well, I'm just gonna like invent some light over here. There we go. That's my other screen. It goes like this. But you know, I'm like, that's part of it. It's not like you're a reward. That's not what I'm talking about. But you're just, you just have to be patient and just let life happen and trust in the Lord. So I think we've been through some hardcore spiritual warfare, and I'm not blaming that. It's really easy to blame that. We're like, oh man, Satan. Satan's trying to get me. I'm sorry, honey, but I mean, Satan. That is true, and not all at once. Is that too hard to? Is that too mystical or to try to understand? It's true and not all at the same time. Yes, there's spiritual warfare, but I have free will, right? I have free will. And if the Holy Spirit, if I'm nurturing the Holy Spirit inside me, if I'm nurturing it and it exudes from my skin, that's when I know blessings will come, because it's happened, like when I first was saved and I was just like on track and on, point with everything. And people were like, wow, you're like this different guy, like different kind of guy. People I met for the first time, they're like, you look so mean and evil that to hear you talk and the way you love and are giving, it's like people would say they just want to be around me, right? Because I knew that the Holy Spirit was just like glowing inside me. I keep going like this, like it's in my top of my belly. I swallowed the Holy Spirit. I keep going like that, like it's in the top of my belly. But that's what I feel stuff, right? But I don't know. I don't know, man. I just know that I was going somewhere with that before I started that, and man, this ninja needs to shave. Walk away from them. Hope you will treat her well. Ooh. What are we talking about, John? Awesome. Happy for her. Red pandas are so cute. Yeah, grateful. They were nuts. Oh, Mariana's telling about telling John D found love. Yeah. Not that, I mean, John's happily married, like super happily married. And his wife is amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen his wife, but she's just like, all that she does for that family is I mean, with, having an autistic young daughter, it's got to be hard because we have a terrorist as a daughter, and it's hard. Ah, damn it. I need to keep that on, I guess. New window. This light. The light is in my head. The light. Anyways, guys, you are comparing your inner struggles to their outward appearance. What did I say? What is that a response to? Absolutely, God is always there. We know that, but we are still responsible for what we do and how we behave. And that's what I was getting at. Yeah. If you're saved and God and this Holy Spirit is in you, and it never leaves. It's a done deal through faith alone, right? And I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand. But it doesn't give me a license to, murder, death, kill. Because I have forgiveness, the redemption part, that's like, I don't, it's not a license to, like I just said, murder, death, kill. And I had a point, but I can't remember what it was. We just don't get to be a bad guy. And if the Holy Spirit is truly within you, and you have asked for Christ to come into your soul, and for God to pour His Spirit into you, just like He did Jesus, right? Where we're still human, but Jesus was perfect. But you have to nurture it. You can't just be like, bam, done, I'm there. Waitress, another round of Heineken. Can I get a pitcher of Heineken, actually? No, 6 pitchers of Heineken. We're all drinking pitchers. And drinking isn't a sin, but drunkenness is. It bears fruit. So if I'm going to church every Sunday and I'm like, praise God, praise Jesus, and then I'm effing up and I'm, taking Adderall or deceiving my wife. I'll call what it is, lying to my wife, that, by omission, mostly, right? But it's still lying because I don't want her to know that I got a hold of them. It's still lying. That isn't fruit, right? In my marriage, I'm not. That's not pleasing God. And so doesn't mean the Holy Spirit's gone. It just means I'm not leaning on God and nurturing it for when those times when I want a stimulant, right? Where 3 cups of coffee won't do it, or an energy workout pill won't do it. The energy workout pills that my friend gave me, my buddy gave me these. My wife will tell you too, and I even started breaking them in half. I was using them because it's kind of like a fat burner, but I like the stimulant feel. Those put me in a pretty major psychosis. But I'm a sick man. I thought you knew. Didn't you know? Anyway, I'm just playing. All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it. An hour and 45 minutes. That's a good show for the evening, right? I'll start. Thank you, Chrissy, for Cats Newton. Much love and peace during a complicated time. It's complicated, right? It is. I feel like my wife doesn't feel this way. I feel like we could instantly make it not complicated, right? But that's not gonna. Smoking Molly Colley says, "Hail Satan, he is king." Yeah. I'm not even gonna hide that comment. I'll let your nonsense remain because you have revealed yourself to the light, and I'd rather you stay out here in the light so people can be aware of your just nonsense. Should be smoking trolley collie. Right? Yeah, Hail Satan, nice beard. Yeah. See, I told you they watch. This is cheaper than therapy. Nothing but love here, nothing but peace is here. God's Spirit is lifting you above them. Yeah, I don't have any mods in here, huh? Oh, John's here. She runs the boat. Fine by me. Who runs the boat? Oh, your wife. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I wish my wife ran the boat. She does. She's the heart and soul of our family. That doesn't mean I don't have a heart and soul. Unresolved anger. Let's go here. Unresolved anger is so destructive. You guys will get through this if you take care of each other. Yeah, absolutely, Lynn. And we haven't been able to do that. We'll see. I mean, I think we're in better shape now than we were 2 hours ago. I'll just put it that way. I hope. I've thought before too, and this isn't anything bad against Mariana. I'm aloof, or it's my wish, for things to be better. And lo and behold, I hadn't done something that I should have known, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely think this has like opened a door for us to like maybe just calmly talk. I don't know. I sure hope so. That's little old May. Somebody must have went live because I lost a bunch of people. Well, I mean, talking about God, you always lose people in the right audience. Like I mean, I know there's Christians that watch, and I know I say stuff that isn't perfectly Christian. Not that every Christians are perfect or need to be, but just that's like hocus pocus type stuff. I don't believe that, but. Grace and peace, Sammy. I am a broken, chronically ill heart attack survivor, brother. I'm a mess. If not for the Holy Spirit, I can't even breathe. God bless you. God bless Mariana. Sorry. This vanilla wafer, like there was like fumes in the frosting, and I couldn't breathe. It was like like have you ever got that? It's like a fume from frosting. Wait a minute. She poisoned me. She wouldn't poison me. I have no health insurance or life insurance. Here we go. Wow, to go from Susie's chat where I'm talking about putting shot puts up someone's rear, and this is heavy stuff. Wow, what's going on over there? Yeah, sometimes we do have to shout it out. Yep, absolutely. And we've done that before, and 3 minutes. This is the longest I think we've ever stayed mad at each other. Ever. This is the longest. I mean, we had a rough time when I had my relapse, but that was a while ago, and that was a rough patch. But this is the longest where it's just been, So it's it's something. We got something going on here. Do you guys want me to make it so you can, when my whatever goes to the very, very end and stops, that it sends you automatically over to Susie's show? I don't know what's going on over there. I was raised a Catholic and religious and pray all the time, but honestly, I cuss like a sailor. Oh, she's not on now. Okay. You know what I should do someday is like put oh, I see. Well, thanks, Ben. You made a good choice. I can never do that fast. Repeat after me. Relationships are supposed to enhance our lives, enhance your spouse's lives. Yeah. That's all good stuff, guys. I love you guys, man. I do. So tomorrow is Lifeline. I said it. It's happening. Oh, wait, no, I have to do Mac's show. That's okay. Thursday, that'll give me more time to prepare and get the music and the stuff and the Zoom phone call. We can phone call through Zoom. And I'll have a waiting room, and I'll know what you guys want to say, because you can text it, or what you want to talk about. It's going to be like a real live like call-in show. So Thursday, I'm gonna make the thumbnail tonight and create the live upcoming for Thursday for the call-in show, and that'll be the day after, or the same day that Mariana and I go to marriage counseling. And so I'll give you an update on us then. And then, when it's all good, we'll just move forward. I won't be talking about, my relationship, in that kind of detail. Like you guys all know Mariana for the most part, mostly she's done a couple shows on babes, breakdowns and breakthroughs. I don't know when that's coming back. But it will. I mean, it's still there. What was I saying? But anyways, thanks guys. Stay strong. Yep, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, Lifeline on Thursday. It's gonna give me more time to do the damn thing, right? I'm gonna have it set up really cool. We're gonna call in just like before. Hopefully we can have the ringing sound. The ringing sound was really cool when I did it with Google Voice. So yeah, that's what we'll do. I don't know, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's helped. It really has. It's been a hard week. I don't like coming on here and talking about how hard my life is. You guys all have hard lives too, right? It's not like I'm not trying to like be a sad sack and not think of solutions and, pour me a drink. I'm just like, this is why I'm not talking about Carmelo Anthony or Karen Reed or what are the other things I like, or doing funny voices or clowning around and sound effects. Like I'm over in the editing booth, like trying to get live. So, yep. Good night. Sweet dreams to you guys too. Remember, I know it's late, but tomorrow, all day tomorrow, I'm saying seek out someone, a stranger, someone who's struggling, and just like don't give them a hug, because like sometimes when people are effed up, they don't want to be touched or they're just. But if they need a hug, give them a hug. When it's right. I have a friend who doesn't know when it's right. He got turned down the other day. It's Sunday, but because too stressed. Sorry. I should have my friend on as a guest. But anyway, yeah, just try to make someone's life a little better. Hey, that's a pretty dress. Or, hey, dude, where'd you get those shoes? Those are badass. Guys love hearing that, man. Like, dude, where'd you get those shoes? Oh, dude, these old things? Posh Mizark. I've never bought any shoes off Pismart. Posh Pismart. Anyways, bye, guys. I will see you tomorrow for sure. Well, unless I die. And then won't this be the best ending ever if I do? But just know, man, I'll be with number one. All right. Have a good night.
Oh, wow. Well, this has been a journey. This has been a journey for us. Like a journey through from legal troubles to mental health issues, to my own struggles, to your struggles, you sharing your struggles with me. I appreciate you. And thank you for that. Good night, good morning to the listeners of the After the Bar shows, from the morning mayhem shows, or the random nighttime shows. Good night, good morning to the listeners of the After the Bar shows, from the morning mayhem shows, or the random nighttime shows. My people, from recovery to legal trials, hope and unity is what we're speaking about. It's a long way to the promised land. All my people understand that this land is our land. One nation under God, and ain't a thing changed. This ain't that, and ain't this, not the same thing. I'm about to bust a move, this a new groove, kinda like a mission, not the Blues Brothers. Good night, good morning to the listeners of the After the Bar shows, from the morning mayhem shows, or the random nighttime shows. Good night, good morning to the listeners of the After the Bar shows, from the morning mayhem shows, or the random nighttime shows. I can feel it, it's a new day. We've got a long way to go. Don't lose faith, don't let the mind games change you. What you see on TV is not always true. You could be anything you want to. I don't know about you, but I am not who I used to. Good night, good morning to the listeners of the After the Bar shows, from the morning mayhem shows, or the random nighttime shows. Good night, good morning to the listeners of the After the Bar shows, from the morning mayhem shows, or the random nighttime shows.